Hello and a good morning, good afternoon, and a very good evening to you, the good and wonderful people of the tube. Hope you're feeling grand and those well in your world. Hello there, everybody. Welcome to the NQ Wednesday, everybody. Before we get started today, let me quickly tell you, if you want to submit a question for NQ Wednesday, please go to the description box below. There is an email link in there that you can email me at. There's also links to my Patreon. If you like the videos I do on this channel and you want to support the channel, please consider becoming a patron on Patreon. There's also a link to my music, my Bandcamp, where there's quite a lot of music on there. And there's also a link to my Teespring merch store as well. So that's all in the description box below. Anyway, that aside now, let's get to your questions and let's talk about you. Okay, so let's go. So question one today is, I can't improvise in front of people. I just can't let go and give in to my emotions and let me be told what to play by whatever tells me to play. I just can't. It's such a vulnerable state for me, and I can't deal with all the people having access to the deepest parts of my soul and emotion, and it's really holding me back. I don't know what to do about it. Simply, you have to let go. And not to be funny, it is literally as simple as that. It's not a case of anything else. I totally get what you mean. I was like that for a long time. When I first started playing, for the longest time, I mean, especially in my kind of shred period where I played metal and shredded a lot and did that kind of thing, I wasn't really interested in letting people inside, so to say. I kind of like used shred and heavy guitar as kind of like a blanket to hide behind, if you will. And it wasn't really for a long time. But when it really started to come out, the trio really helped that, though, because I was playing my own songs that I had written instead of kind of playing in a band. Obviously, I was playing in a band with other people, but I was the creative element, if you will. Like, I was the one who wrote the songs, and then we performed them the kind of way I wrote them, so to say. There was no kind of input from the other two members, whoever they were at the time. It wasn't really until John and Queenie came into the band later on, but we've all become like a cohesive unit, so to say, now, where we all have input, John first and obviously Queenie, and then all of us together, and now we've all got our own ideas of how to do things, and it's really cool, and I love it, finally. But I know exactly what you mean. It until the trio, I was very kind of like standoffish. I'd be like, no, I'm not really doing that kind of thing, or I wanted to do that, and again, coming from a world of guitarists that inspire me, is they're all field-based. They all lay it out there on a plate and you take from it what you will. But it's very emotional, and like I say, it's all feel, and it's all kind of like, it's down to what lies inside, if you will. But yeah, I mean, it did take me a long time to just learn to let go of that. And now it's kind of like, it's so liberating when you finally do let it go, and you just can just listen to what music wants you to do and just do what it wants you to do, and not be held up or held back by your inhibition, your inhibition to kind of like, oh, I don't want that in, because the thing at the end of the day is like, people need to see that side of you as a musician, I feel, because it means you're being honest and truthful. And people will pick up on that. If you're phoning it in, people will know you're phoning it in. And if they think you're phoning it in, or they feel you're phoning it in, they're going to be disenchanted with you and not be very interested in anything you're doing or playing, because it's not honest and it's not genuine, and you're hiding stuff from them. You're basically lying to them. And people can feel that. They can pick up on that. They know. I mean, especially if they like what you do and they feel that you're not in it 100%, like, one reason or another. People will go, well, what? They won't stick by that. They'll just be like, well, no, I'm not interested then. If you're going to lie to me and you're not going to be honest, then what's the point? And I'm the same way. Like, if I see musicians phoning it in, I'm not interested in them at all. I don't feel connected to them. And this is exactly how I started to feel a couple of years back. I mean, it started really when I was in London, and it's got stronger and stronger ever since, to the point where now it's at that level where I'm like, I can't phone anything in. And if I feel like I'm phoning it in, that isn't going anywhere. I'm not going to release that. It has to be, you mean it. Every time you pick up the guitar and you play the thing, you mean it. 100%, and you let it all out, and you let people in, because it not how to word this, it helps other people. If you're going to keep everything to yourself, it's not going to help other people. But if you can let things out, you can probably do something to make somebody feel less alone, or happy when they feel sad, or happier, or remember a good time, or whatever, or home for a dark or a rut or whatever. That's the power of music, and that's the power of honest feel music. If you're feeling it and you can put it out there to people that you're really honest, genuine, and all that you do is you, it's everything in you as well, then that's all it needs to be, really. If that makes any, I don't know if that makes any sense, but it really is. It just comes down to being perfectly honest. So I understand your hesitation to not do it, but you do have to just get past that. It's very difficult. I know. I really do. I've been there. But you trust me, once you let that inhibition go of like, I don't want people in, I don't want people to see outside of me, I can't just let go in this, that and the other, you will be in a whole different world of freedom. Where you are right now is not free. That is not freedom of expression, that is not freedom playing, that is not freedom of music. That is a prison that will keep you held in if you let it. So you have to really dig deep, you have to reach down right into your inner being, if you will, and pull out that one desire to go, I'm not doing that. No, I'm going to play the way I want to play, and I'm going to play how I feel. And I'm not going to let this worry of, some people have worries about what they look like. Do I look stupid when I'm playing, when I'm unconscious to what I'm playing? Because sometimes you end up doing this. And there's nothing wrong with that. You might look like an idiot, but it doesn't matter if what you're playing is honest. You know what I mean? It really doesn't matter what you look like. It's about what's coming out of the sound and what music wants from you. It's not about you. It's about the music. It's not about, oh, I need to look a certain way. You don't. It's all about the music. It's everything. And that's what you focus on at the end of the day. You don't focus on kind of like, oh, what if I look like an idiot? It doesn't matter if you do. We all look stupid at some point in our lives, playing music or not playing music. We're all going to make fools of ourselves. We're all going to be stupid at some point. It's just the way it is. There's nothing we can do about that. So we might as well just embrace that and get on with it. You could be walking down the street and trip over in front of loads of people and feel stupid. You could do something, you could put your hand on the kettle after it's just boiled and thinking, I just boiled that, why did I do that? We all look stupid at some point. We all are going to end up being ridiculed and made fun of, and we're also going to make fun of ourselves and look stupid at some point. So you might as well just get on with it and get through it. And this is no different when you play music. It's just accept it and go with it. Music will not steer you wrong if it believes you're being honest with it. If you go, just do what you do. What I am is nothing. I'm a puppet to music. Music will just take me and it will do what it wants and express kind of through me either my emotions or the emotion it wants me to express. It'll either vent something inside me or something it wants to convey to the world. And you just have to get through it. You really do. You just have to break that wall down and push on through to it. Because like I say, we're all going to look stupid, but that's okay. It's okay to look stupid. It's okay not to look cool. Because whose idea of cool is right anyway? There isn't. What one person thinks is cool, another person thinks is stupid. But it doesn't mean that this version of cool isn't cool. It is to them. So you just be you. You just be honest and you just be truthful and you just put yourself out there, warts and all. You really do. And it's all about being honest at the end of the day. If you can just be totally honest, truthful, music will flow through you. It will help you and it will it'll free you more than anything. So I totally understand where you're coming from with this thing. But trust me, from somebody who has been there and got to where I am now, which I don't think is I'm nothing special, but it's so liberating to just accept it and just go with it. Just let it take you. Just go on its ride. don't for 1 second go, oh, I can't let people in. Don't worry about it. You are. It can't hurt. Nothing can hurt you. It really can't. Music won't let it. You just have to just trust in it. You really do. You just got to let go. And it takes a bit of doing. It really does take a bit of doing, but you can do it. Anyone can do it. You just got to let go. There's a lot of people out there who are too held up with how they look. Or is this right? Or is that right? Or is that right? Or is this right? And they don't just let themselves be and go with it and just let things happen. Whatever happens, happens. And that's all that matters. They don't really, they're not going to let that happen. And that's not good for you. It's not good for your inner being, and it's not good for music either. Music wants you to be a conduit, and if you're going to rebel against it, it'll eventually find somebody else and go, well, I can't help you. If you're not going to let me in, how can I help you? It's much in the same way as if you go to therapy. If you go to therapy and you don't talk about your problems, they ain't going to get better. They're just going to get worse. So yeah. Anyway, people, I'm going to have to move on because otherwise I'm going to run out of time. But yeah, hope that's a question. But honestly, just let go. You'll be okay. Music will not let you fall. Music has you all the time. It literally holds you up when you can't stand. It really does. It's amazing. Okay, so I hope it's a question. We're going to move on to question 2 now. Question 2 today is, what's your opinion on the Marshall Mosfet 100 3210? And do you think it could have achieved a John Frusciante tone? Yes, it can achieve a John Frusciante tone, and I love them. We had one in Old Hat, and my God, I would have done anything to have that amp, but such is life. I would really like one at some point, but they're really hard to find, the Mosfets. They're really, really, really hard to find. Maybe at some point I'll get my disgusting hands on one for a video, or even to own, maybe. Who knows? That'd be nice. But being totally broke at this point in time, which is not a good thing, because Christmas is coming. And I've got no bloody money, man. Spending it all on guitars and not trousers. Anyway, the Mosfets, they can do the John thing. They can do pretty much anything. They're really, really great amps. I love the Mosfets. There's a lot of amps I've had that I like. The Mosfets, the Lead 12s, for instance. They remind me so much of the Mosfets. I've got a Marshall Master Volume combo, which is a 30-watt combo, which I might demo again, actually, at some point soon, people of YouTube, because I demoed it ages ago, but it was before I had the Zoom Q8, so it was just like the old camera. And I might go into a bit more detail about the amp, because it is literally one of the coolest combos I think I've ever played in my life. And they're kind of a sleeper amp, I think, personally. Not a lot of people know about the Master Reverbs. They're really hard to find, but my God, are they amazing. They're really... And they're another amp that does it all. Absolutely does it all, bar none. I'm going to revisit that amp probably in the new year now. It won't be this year. But maybe January, February time, I'm going to revisit the Marshall Master Reverb amp combo. I need to get it back from my brother, though, because he has it. Anyway, but yeah, the Mosfets will do the John thing. They sound amazing. I love them to bits. People of the tube, anybody out there tried the Mosfet Marshalls, the 100 watt, the 3210s? If you have, let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. And do you own one? And can I steal it? No, I'm joking. But yeah, let us know what you think to the Marshall Mosfets in the comment section below. Okay, so I hope that's a question. That was great. Okay, so next question today. Question 3. Question 3 today is, I noticed on your intros of your videos, or when you're demonstrating a guitar, you like to switch a lot through the pickups. You jump from the neck to the bridge and back to the neck really quickly. And it's like you've been playing like that since forever. And I was wondering, would you be able to play on a single pickup guitar because you like to go between pickups? So basically, do I like single pickup guitars? Yeah, I mean, I do like single pickup guitars. Like you said, you did mention in the email, I don't actually own a single pickup guitar, and you're right. Oh no, I do. I own 2. I tell a lie. I do own 2 single pickup guitars. I've got 2 Tyscos. But yeah, I like to have variety of pickups. I mean, something with Les Paul Jr., you can get a pseudo neck pickup tone if you roll the tone all the way down. But it's never the neck pickup tone that I love and adore. It's always kind of an approximation. And I do like to select switch around a lot on the Strats, Les Pauls, SGs, you name it. I like to have the options to go from one sound to another sound just at a flick of a switch. I do. It comes from Stevie Ray Vaughan. When I was in my Stevie phase, when was that? Oof, many moons ago. Probably about 2006, maybe. It was before I went to London. So we're looking about 2005, 2006. I was in a real kind of like Stevie Ray Vaughan mode. I just loved him at that point in time, and I basically just kind of like learnt a lot from him. And one of the things I learnt from Stevie was the selector switch, moving it around all the time to get different tonalities. And also the fact of like, I love when Stevie does it, and he'll hit like he'll be on the neck pickup, say, and he'll hit like a bend, but as he hits that bend, he'll put the switch down to the treble pickup, the bridge pickup, and it'll scream out more. So it'll be on the neck pickup, hit the switch down, which you can do so easy on a Strat, and then put it back up before the bend comes back into tune. And it just makes that note pop out. Much in the same way Jimi Hendrix would kick on his wah pedal for one note. You know, Jimmy would be playing away, and then he'd hit a bend or a note. He wanted to stand out, and he'd just turn on the wah pedal for that one, and then turn it off again. And Stevie did the same thing, but with his selector switch. And that's how I learned it from him. So I've been doing it since 2005, and I'm a bit kind of, I suppose you could say, a little bit schizophrenic with it. I like moving the switch about, and if anybody ever gets near my white Strat, plays my white Strat, the selector switch on that, which is obviously the guitar I learned everything on, is so loose because it's been smashed around so much. It just like, you know, it's still got the notches, but it's really loose. I remember my friend Nicole, when I was in France, remarking a few times on how loose the selector switch is on Mr. White. Mr. Red has still got a fairly sticky switch, if you will. But yeah, it just comes from Stevie, and I do love it. I do love single pickup guitars. I really would like a Les Paul Jr. at some point. I'm not going to rush out and buy one. It's something for the future when I need one. I don't need one right now. But I do like playing single pickup guitars. I just don't like not having these two pickups. You know, the neck and the bridge. The middle pickup, I love the middle pickup. Don't get me wrong, I really love the middle pickup. And I use it today for the intro jam because it just has such an awesome tonality for that kind of, you know, reggae kind of style. And I always remember Charlie would when he would play like Steer It Up or One Love or reggae songs, when I saw Charlie play, he would always be on the middle pickup, and it always sounded really right. And you look at Bob Marley when he's playing his Les Paul Jr. with the two P90s, the switch is always in the middle. You know, it's just that kind of thing. But invariably, yeah, I go between the bridge and the neck all the time. You know, it's the Ritchie Blackmore thing. Ritchie eventually, on his signature model, got rid of the middle pickup altogether and just had the neck and the bridge. Because he was another guitarist. When I started getting into Ritchie, and I got a live DVD of Deep Purple in 1974 or something like that, I think. And you can see Ritchie going between the two pickups a lot as well. So that predates Stevie. And Ritchie would do that a lot to get different tonalities. And then Jimmy before Ritchie, he would do that. Jimmy would constantly be flicking between the selection, you know, between pickups. Sorry, but yeah. So I do love it. But do I love single pickup guitars? Yeah, I do. I remember playing like Melody Makers in old hat. I remember playing Les Paul Juniors in old hat, like double cuts, single cuts, vintage reissues, you name it. And I really like them. I really do. But they're just not really. They're not really what I'm after. You get people like Phil X and, you know, people like Malcolm Young, you know, Leslie West and people like that who just use one pickup. And that's cool, but that's not really me. You know, I like having a bridge and a neck pickup. I really do. I mean, if I was to whittle it down to one pickup, if I could only have one pickup for the rest of my life, it'd be the neck pickup. I wouldn't, you know, I would miss these two horrifically. But if somebody said, you only had one pickup for the rest of your life, it'd just be a neck pickup. Because I just adore that position. I've always adored that position. It comes from my love of John Frusciante and Jimi Hendrix tones. And the warm kind of singy nature of a neck pickup is just heaven to me. But yeah, I mean, I do love single pickup guitars. They're just not my kind of thing, you know. We've been Stratocaster fanatic. I like having all three, but mainly these two. Not to say I don't love you, because I do love you, especially for things like today. You know, that reggae thing that I did for the intro. My God, does it sound so? It was all done on the middle pickup, and it just sounds so good. It reminds me of Charlie as well. So you know, that's the Charlie pickup. You know, this is Jimi Hendrix and John Frusciante. That's Charlie there, and this is just rock. But yeah, so yeah, I mean, I don't really do single pickup things, and you know, I don't really get into the whole thing of like, you know, oh well, single pickup guitars sound better because you haven't got the neck pickup, even though it's not on pulling the strings. Like, I don't care about any of that nonsense. It's nonsense to me. People with a tube, let's just say that I don't care, you know, because I like more pickups. It's simple as that, you know. If people want to have one pickup, that's cool. And if it does change the sound of your guitar, which it does, that's cool as well. But for me, I don't care. I like having my pickups, and single pickups are cool. Single pickup guitars are cool, but they're just not for me, if that makes any sense. Anyway, have I dug myself in a hole deep enough yet with the single pickup people? They're probably coming to lynch me right now. Anyway, let's move on from there quickly before they find out I've said anything. Anyway, how about this question? I'm going to move on to question, what are we on? Question 4. Wow, question 4. Ha. Okay. Yeah, that's question 4. Moving on to question 5. No, joking. Anyway, question 4 today, people for Tube, is have you thought about doing your own band t-shirts with your own design or logo or other merchandise? Yeah, like I said, I mean, description box below has a link to my Teespring, where I've got hoodies, t-shirts, stickers, and a mug. For some reason, Teespring's acting the goat recently. I did have more things on there, but Teespring's decided to take them off, even though I never asked it to. And it's just acting weird. It's acting very weird. You should see what the edit function did the other night to a design that I did a design ages ago, which I really, really like. It was a black hoodie. Well, surprise, and on this side it said good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and on the back was a picture of me that my friend Marjo took when I was in France, and I really liked it. And for some reason Teespring decided, oh yeah, we're going to get rid of that one. I think, yeah, we're going to take that away now, and it's no longer available. And I tried to get it back, and it won't come back because Teespring's acting the goat. And then I tried to edit it so I could re-edit it and then put it out again, and then it did the weirdest edit known to mankind, which I can't repeat on camera. It was not the needless to say, it was very funny, but yeah, not good. But yeah, I mean, I want to do more merchandise stuff. I want to do more hoodies, t-shirts. I'd like to do kind of like certain things here and there, but it's just, Teespring is weird because it's not working right, but Teespring's a good thing to use if you don't have money to spend on printing your own t-shirts, which I don't. I don't have enough money to go to a wholesaler supplier thing and get loads printed out and then mail them off to people. I just don't have the money to afford doing that. Cause it's very costly. I did it before and it pretty much bankrupted me. So Teespring's a really good thing for that, because basically what they do is they take control of everything. They're basically like a middleman. So you put your designs in, they print it, they send it off, and then they take a little bit of a share of what you sell the t-shirts or hoodies for. And that makes things a lot easier for people like me and for some people out there I know who don't have the money or disposable income to make lots of t-shirts and stuff like that. But I went on it the other night to try and do some kind of editing and see if I could do some different designs, and it just went mental. I don't know what's wrong with it at all. I don't know if it's bust or it's under maintenance or what it is, but either way, they changed the whole kind of like format of the thing, and it's just gone odd to say the least. It's really, really strange. But like I say, there is a link in the description box below where you can buy Good Gravy t-shirts, hoodies, mugs, in white and black, and but I'd like to have some different colours as well. The good morning, good afternoon, good evening one, I did that in black, white and green, and the green was really cool because it was kind of like an olive drab kind of green, and it looked really, really cool. But again, it took it away. I don't really know what the deal is with that one. So basically, at this point in time, I've just got very limited stuff up there, which is fine. There's enough, but it's still naff because it's like, well, what? And also, people at YouTube, there should be a merchandise shelf under this video from Teespring, but apparently that's never really there. It's there sometimes, and then sometimes it isn't, even though I've got it set so it should be there all the time in every video. It's every time I click on a video to check it or whatnot, or to go through questions or to comment or whatnot, it's always there for me, and it obviously isn't for you, and I don't get that. I don't understand it. I really don't understand what they're playing at. I really don't get it. I don't know if that's YouTube blocking it or Teespring being weird or what, but it's very frustrating. Very, very frustrating, because I'd like to be able to have that there all the time, but like I said, I mean, I can get around that by just by directing you to my Teespring through the description box. There is a link in there that'll take you straight to it. So if you want to go there and have a look at what I've got, and if you want to buy anything I've got on there, then please do, because thank you very much indeed. It really helps me out. Same thing as Patreon and also my Bandcamp as well. If there's anything on there you like, please consider buying it, because like it really helps us out. And yeah, it really does, because YouTube ain't making it easy recently. Let's put it that way. They're making it very, very difficult. It's funny. It's like the closer I get to 100,000 subscribers, the harder these YouTube pressing on me. I don't get it. I really don't. If anybody understands that one, please let me know why it's doing that in the comment section below. Anyway, but yeah, I do have merch. I'm going to do some Dave Simpson Trio stuff as well. Yep, that hat we got was just a one-off thing that we got when we were in Skegness, and John Joe was like, we should get a hat with the trio on it. So that was a one-off, but we will do some of those, I think. I think we'll get some on the Teespring account, and also some Dave Simpson Trio t-shirts and hoodies and whatnot for your viewing pleasure and wearing pleasure, hopefully. Yeah, when Teespring works. If it ever works. If not, I'll have to find somewhere else. Actually, people too. Recommendations would be great at this point in time. If you got any recommendations on merchandise and stuff like that, or anything you'd like to see, or anywhere we might be able to go that's kind of maybe a bit more affordable or something like that, let us know in the comment section below where to go. Because like I say, Teespring's acting the go. It really is. But I do like it because it works really nicely when it works. But it's not working right now. But yeah, anyway. But yeah, Trio merch, definitely cool to get that out at some point. And also, there is Dave Simpson stuff on there, Good Gravy stuff on there as well. And I'm really annoyed why the merch shelf doesn't appear in the bottom of these videos. It doesn't really make sense to me, that one at all. But yeah, like I say, description box always has stuff in it anyway. So yeah, anyway. So yeah, that's it, people of YouTube. Like I say, if you want to submit questions for A&Q Wednesday, like I said at the beginning, there is an email link in the description box below. Send me an email there, and I'll get to your question. Unless I've answered it already before. If I've answered it multiple times before, I won't answer it again, because I ended up kind of answering questions like 4 or 5 times in the past, the same question. It was a bit kind of round the houses, because it was always the same answer, and I felt like I was kind of like robbing you of stuff, and it was just a bit, it just didn't make much sense to me. So if I've already answered your question, it won't appear in the A&Qs from now on. But if I haven't, then I'll get to it, and I go through sequentially as well. I don't pick and choose. I just go through them. And I say the only ones I don't do is ones I've answered already multiple times. But yeah, other than that, people of YouTube, thank you very much indeed for watching. I'll see you again on Friday for another vid. I have a very interesting, well, no. I don't know what Friday's video at this point in time. I have a very interesting guitar to show you. It's in the guitar rack over there. But I don't know if that's going to be Friday's video or Monday's video at this point in time. I just don't know, because we will see. We will see. Anyway, I'll see you on Friday for something. I just don't know what it's going to be yet. Anyway, but until then, have a great morning, afternoon, good evening, and I'll see you then. Goodbye now. Thank you much indeed for watching. Have an E note.